helped me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The phone lit up in the dark before I even opened my eyes, its glow slicing across my pillow like a blade. A message preview flashed, only 2 words, but they detonated inside my chest. Miss you. I wasn't the one being missed. For a second, I couldn't breathe. The room felt too quiet, the air too still, as if everything around me held its breath with me. My heart punched hard against my ribs, each beat sharp, disbelieving. I reached for the phone with trembling fingers, already knowing I shouldn't, already knowing I would. And then I saw her name. Not saved as anything suspicious. Not hidden. Just a normal name from his office. One he'd mocked me for questioning before. One he'd said I only worried about because of my trust issues. My throat tightened painfully. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe the universe was testing me, again. But the message preview had been real. I tapped the screen. It didn't ask for a password. Another blow to the heart. The full conversation unfurled like a slow-motion disaster. Her words were soft, flirty. His replies were warmer than mine had been in months. And threaded through the chat were phrases that made my stomach twist. I wish I could see you more. Last night was worth it. She won't find out. My vision wavered. I slammed the phone face down on the blanket. The sound cracked through the silence, startling me. He was still asleep beside me, breathing calmly, oblivious. The contrast felt obscene. My pulse thundered, my skin burning with disbelief, humiliation, anger, and an ache so deep I felt hollow. I sat there for a moment, staring at the shadowed outline of his body, thinking of every time he'd laughed at my concerns, every time he'd told me I was imagining things, every time he'd kissed my forehead and made me doubt myself. The betrayal wasn't new. It had simply chosen tonight to introduce itself honestly. I needed air. I slipped out of bed, walked to the living room, and sank onto the couch. I pressed a palm hard against my mouth to keep the sob from escaping. Tears burned behind my eyes but didn't fall. Not yet. Instead, memories flooded in. The late nights he blamed on deadlines. The sudden protectiveness of his phone. The way he'd accuse me of insecurity whenever I asked innocent questions. The guilt I felt every time I believed him over my own instincts. He made me doubt myself so completely that I never considered doubting him. My fingers dug into the couch cushion as another thought hit me. Why wasn't he hiding the messages? Why leave them visible? The answer chilled me. Because he thought I wouldn't look. Because he convinced me I was a problem. Because he believed his manipulation had worked. The quiet rage that followed felt clean, focused. His footsteps approached slowly. I didn't turn around. I felt the weight of his presence behind me, still sleepy, still unaware that his world was about to break. "What are you doing up?" he murmured, voice thick with exhaustion. I waited. Let the silence build. Let the tension coil like a storm ready to crack open. "Your phone lit up," I said softly. A beat. Then another. Then the subtle shift of his breathing. The faint tightening of fear. "Oh." His voice wavered. "Listen, that's not." I turned to face him, holding his phone out as if it were a crime scene artifact. "She misses you," I said. "Do you miss her too?" His eyes widened. His mouth opened and closed. Then came the predictable lies. "It isn't what you think. She's going through a rough time. She's just a friend. You're overreacting." Each excuse splintered something inside me further. I stared at him, watching the panic rise in his eyes as he realized his scripts wouldn't work this time. My voice came out steadier than I felt. "You mocked my trust issues," I whispered, "but you created them." He swallowed hard. "I didn't mean for anything to happen. I was lonely. You've been distant. I thought you didn't care anymore." There it was. Validation twisted into accusation. So this is my fault. No. I mean, not exactly. I made a mistake, okay? A stupid one. He reached for me. I moved back. The distance between us felt final. My chest hurt like someone had carved it open. But there was clarity too, sharp and undeniable. I had spent months believing I was too suspicious, too emotional, too broken. But I had been right all along, and he had let me drown in doubt to protect himself. "I'm done," I said. His face crumpled. Please. It was nothing. It was everything. There was nothing left to say after that. Hours later, when he left the apartment to give me space, I picked up his phone again, not to read more, but to delete the messages, not to protect him, to free myself. The silence that followed felt strangely peaceful, devastating, yes, but freeing. For the first time in months, I trusted myself.